Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 4 of the Biscuit Banter podcast. I'm your host, Evan Davis, and now my next guest spent his junior career playing with the Junior Kings. Local boy, I love it. Currently on the USA national team U17s, and he's currently committed as well to the University of Denver. Thanks for joining me, Jake Stuart. How you doing, buddy?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Awesome, man. Thanks for joining. And so let's just start off. Played hockey in LA. What's playing AAA hockey like in California?
I mean, it's pretty fun. But we didn't have too much competition. Like, I guess we had the Ducks, Bears. The Bears were pretty good at one point, but we would pretty much win every game. And so yeah, we didn't have like a lot of competition there, so we'd have to fly out like to Detroit or Boston. It's a lot of traveling.
And I noticed like you played with a lot of guys during your AAA days, a lot of the same guys during your AAA days. So what was that chemistry like? Is that why you guys were just able to dominate so much?
Yeah, for sure. We played together as a team for like I don't know, like 6 years, something like that. So, I mean, I think that's one of the reasons we won nationals. We just had such good chemistry. We all had really good bond with each other. Everything was great with the team.
Awesome. And you played in the Quebec Pee Wee tournament. What's that experience like? And I wasn't able to find it. Did you guys end up winning? You ended up winning that, right? If I'm not
No,
mistaken.
the team the year before the '06 won.
Oh,
So we got eliminated in I can't remember, I think quarterfinals, maybe before that. Uh but yeah, that was like some of the most fun time of my life. 2 weeks, yeah, with the Billet family. I had a great billet family, so yeah,
oh,
it
you
was
guys
super
stay with
fun.
billet families. I thought like the family just like I thought your
Yeah,
family just
no,
comes up.
yeah, it was me and another teammate. We stayed with the family.
Oh,
So yeah, it was two people at each house. I probably got the best billet family. Might
what's
be a
that
little, a little
experience
biased.
like being with a billet family
It
at
was
such a young
fun.
age?
Yeah, it was definitely different, but it was really fun. Uh, Especially the house we were at. Like there was so much stuff near like a rink and stuff you could just go play at, and we didn't have games. So
That's awesome. So now with the US national team, what is it like when you get that phone call saying like, "Hey, we want to bring you into like," isn't like they start off with like a camp of like 40 guys and then they shorten the roster down to where you're at now. So what is it like saying like, "Hey, we want to invite you out to this national team?"
yeah, that was awesome. A little bit of surprise. I was kind of expecting it. I thought I had a really good year, but yeah, it was super exciting. But it then the nerves started to come in, like, got to make this team. But yeah, it was such an exciting time.
And are you like you said like you were expecting it, but like do they have any communication with you prior to that, or it's kind of just like you get a phone call and it's like, "All right, I'm on my way to Plymouth."
I mean, you would see them at the games watching stuff. They would sometimes come up to you and talk, and yeah, they just send out an email with the all the players, and so yeah, that's pretty much how it went.
So now your whole family packed up and you guys all
Yeah.
moved out to Michigan. So what's that transition been like for you guys? I know your brother's now on Little Caesars and then you're with the national team. So what's life in Michigan like?
It's definitely different. The weather's definitely not the same.
No
Um,
sunshine every day.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, it's been a good move. Really like it here.
And are you like is it hard to adapt just to a different lifestyle now where it's kind of like hockey first in a way? I know school still matters, but now like you're kind of really focused on being at the rink.
Yeah, we were at the rink every single day for so many hours, and it's so much like different than what I'm used to because I just go to school in LA and then I'd have either nothing else for the rest of the day or like practice 3 or 4 times a week. So it's definitely a lot different, but I'm getting used to it.
And so you were also drafted by Brandon in like the US selection for the Bantam draft. Like, did you ever even consider them, or was it the thought of playing college hockey? I want to go to the USHL.
I was considering it, but I wasn't like too sure. Like I didn't know a lot about it, so I didn't want to like leave it out. I want to have it as an option. But and then college kind of sounded like the best option for me. Just going to school, everything like that. So
Yeah. And what's the difference in the systems between Junior Kings AAA and the US program in terms of even maybe like workouts or on ice stuff? How does it differ?
It's extremely different. Like, I mean, we're on the ice 2 hours a day, and LA would be like 1 hour, only like 3 or 4 times a week. And we wouldn't really have like team workouts. It would kind of be like on your own. We would sometimes have it. So yeah, it's definitely a lot better here because you're also working out every day.
And do you do school like at the rink, or you guys all they put you at a high school?
So I think they used to have it at a high school like a long time ago, but now we just do an online school. It's usually from like 9 to 10:30, and we're all at the rink though, doing it together, I guess.
And
So it definitely works with the schedule.
I mean, awesome, awesome. And I was just gonna ask, what's travel like on the road? You got a bus mate or anything that you sit next to?
We usually all get our own row. If it's a long bus ride, I'll just lay on the floor, like under my seat. It's more comfortable.
All
So,
right, and
but sometimes people have to, double up, and that's not as fun, especially for the long bus rides because you
yeah,
don't
for
get to
sure.
sit down or anything.
Yeah, and what's like, team chemistry? How do you guys build that? Because you have people coming from, or players coming from all over the country to come play for this team. So how did you guys, get comfortable quickly?
I mean, we're with each other all day long, every day of the week. I mean, we got chemistry pretty quickly.
All right. And I was just like any of your best buddies on the team, like people that you're maybe closer with than others?
Uh, I mean, I kind of didn't know a lot of them when I first came, but I mean, I like them all equally. We're all like really good friends. We do everything together.
And just what was the decision behind University of Denver? And did you consider any other schools?
I consider Michigan. Uh, I actually really liked Michigan. Their campus is awesome.
Oh, it's a nice one.
Yeah. But I used to live in Denver, and so it's probably my favorite place I've ever lived. And I just like how the campus is a little smaller. And yeah, they have a great coach too. So does Michigan. But yeah, I just thought it was the best option for me.
Yes. And I saw like Lucas Sashin also committed to University of Denver. Do you guys ever talk like when they're kind of figuring out what school they want to go to? Because it's a big decision.
Uh, I haven't really talked with him, but I've talked to like Spihar, he committed and stuff. And yeah, we all kind of said the same thing. It's just an awesome school to go to. They're a really good program they got there.
Yeah, they got a nice like alumni at least, like a lot of
Yeah.
NHL level talent that went to University of Denver. And I kind of glossed over this, but your dad played in the NHL as well. So how is he helping you kind of navigate your life right now as you embark on a potential NHL career?
Yeah, I mean, he always show me clips and stuff of what I need to work on. Uh, when it came to like college and WHL, choosing between that, he didn't really know because he didn't go to college or anything.
Because he went to the
So
Dub, right?
yeah, he played in the WHL, so he didn't really have a lot to say for that. But yeah, he's just been always helping me, showing me what I need to do better, what I need to work on, what I'm doing good.
And like how cool is it just being like growing up? Like I don't know if you were old enough to at least like remember your dad's like the final years of his career because he retired only like 2015. So like were you able to go to the rink and like see what life is like behind the scenes of an NHL player?
Yeah, I kind of remember. I think I was like 8 when he retired. So I remember mostly when he played on Colorado. That's who he retired with. And just meeting players, going down to the locker room like before or after games. I actually remember this one moment when he played for Detroit. Uh, went to the locker room, and I don't know if you know Yuri Hoodler. He like
Yeah.
it's like one of my one memories I remember is he like picked me up and threw me in the dirty towel bin. That was pretty funny.
Oh, that guy. I've
Yeah.
heard stories about him just being an absolute character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask like if you had any funny stories, but I kind of wanted to just get back to the USA program. what is like playing in the USHL compared to AAA? It's a huge adjustment. So how are you finding it, just in level of competition even?
Yeah, it's so much faster. Everyone's like physical. Everyone's so much bigger and stronger. It's definitely a lot different. Like you don't dominate as much. Um, so yeah, it's definitely so much harder.
And I go back also as well, just like the Junior Kings days, like a few of your teammates are now also playing in the USHL that you played with, like in the Junior Kings. So do you talk to them about, any like personal adjustments that you guys can make? Are you watching each other's games?
Uh, I mean, I think you know Ben Cavan, he's doing really good for Des Moines. So I played with him last year for the past like 2 years. So he's having a really good year. I haven't really talked to him like how he's adjusted or anything, but seems like he has pretty well.
Yeah, he's like at a point per game or something in his
Yeah, pretty close.
first year in the USHL. I mean, it's incredible stuff. And just
Yeah.
asking like the games, like the amount of games you're playing, is it the same amount? Because even with the Junior Kings, like you guys were playing like 50, 60 games a year. So does your body feel like it also has to adjust on a game to day on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, like I said, they're so much bigger, stronger, so it makes it like harder too. Like just play like 2 or 3 times on the weekend. Uh, kind of like this. I mean, with the Junior Kings, we sometimes wouldn't have games for like 3 weeks.
Coach.
So yeah, you just gotta. It's been a good adjustment though. It hasn't been too hard because I've been used to playing a lot of games, like especially like 2 games in one day with the Junior Kings.
Yeah. Like during those tournaments and everything, you just
Yeah,
like regular season. But
yeah,
like any chirps you get being on the in the program now because you have the cage and everyone else has the visor.
yeah. I've heard the cage one a lot. Like they tell you like take off the cage, and they like want to fight us and stuff. And like we can't take off our cage, can't do anything about it. That's like the only one I hear though. It's like
It's like they hate us because they ain't us. That type of
yeah,
yeah, I've
yeah,
heard like that's just like the main one that I've when I ask guys, it's just they ask you guys to take
yeah.
off the cage. I was gonna, maybe just one th other thing is like what who do you think is like the someone that's coming up like within like the NHL draft rankings that you've played against that you were just like, holy smokes, this guy is really, really good.
Uh, like for my age group or just any.
Like, or I guess for your age group that's like coming up with the USHL, or even just like someone that's may be drafted this coming year that you are kind of just like, oh my God, like this guy is really, really talented.
Yeah, I heard a lot about Connolly, and we played him for the first time, and he just dominated the whole game. Might be one of the fastest players I've ever seen in my life. He just skated around everybody.
He's with the
That's
Phantoms, right? Or is that what it's?
Tri-City Storm.
Oh, Tri-City Storm now. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've heard about him that he's like just uber talented, skilled.
yeah.
Wow. I just wanted to, I guess, kind of also go to any of like any other teammates that maybe haven't committed yet to a school. Are you kind of hyping up University of Denver? Or do you guys usually just like let guys stay in their own lane? Because I've noticed like you commit like almost in bunches in terms of like three guys will go here, couple over here. So do you guys ever communicate?
A little bit. I've been talking to Bodiger. He's from Denver, so I'm hoping he goes there. Uh, I don't know if he will, but yeah, I've been not gonna say I'm trying to sell it, but a little bit.
You got the PowerPoint ready, just
Yeah.
here are the slides and everything.
Yep.
And with the program, what's your the off ice stuff like in terms of even like workouts or anything? Like, are you guys in the gym like 24/7?
Yeah, kind of. We're before practice, we usually have like a really long warm up. It's like it's not like a workout, but it has like med balls and stuff like that. So, and then we get on the ice, and then right after practice, we work out for hour and a half, probably somewhere around there. And but on Wednesdays, we usually have like recovery days, so it'll be like normal practice and stuff, but more recovery on Wednesdays instead of like a grueling workout.
All
So
right.
yeah.
Oh, cool, cool. So also, you chose, you're with CAA hockey as your advisors as you navigate your way into the NHL and college and everything. What is it about them that wanted you to that you also wanted to be a part of what they're running?
I mean, they got great guys that work. They're like Jim Hughes, Matt Williams. They give you everything you want, like to work on. They send you videos. Um, yeah, and they help you develop too during the summers, especially.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, what is the communication like during your regular season? Are they checking up on you like weekly, giving you like tips on how to improve your game?
Yeah, every once in a while, like maybe every week or two, I'll get a call. Matt Williams is usually at my games, so I might talk to him in person too after the games, and he'll just tell me like what I've been doing good, what I should be working on, what video I should be watching.
And I've
So
seen like, oh, sorry. I've seen that like they also have like that camp in the summer. So how does that compare, that week-long camp compare to what you guys do on a day-to-day basis with the program? Do they try to emulate what you might be experiencing during the regular season?
a little bit. It's kind of like our skill sessions before practice we usually have. So we work on like individual skills. Um, I guess like working on like cutbacks or just like protecting the puck, scoring.
And I heard I was Brody Zemer, he was the first guest I had on. He said that that camp is absolutely grueling compared to what you guys experience. Are your legs just gelatin by the end of the week?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I remember last summer it was my legs were just dying. Yeah, it was tough.
And what's it like? You mentioned Jim Hughes. What is it like being able to learn from someone who has three sons in the NHL that have all been very successful early in their careers?
Yeah, like you said, like three kids in the NHL is insane. So like he definitely knows what he's talking about. And so yeah, you just gotta listen to whatever he says because it's definitely gonna help you.
And do they advise you as well in terms of like maybe where the best fit would be for you college wise, or do they just kind of let you guys also be independent in that aspect?
They're definitely helping. Yeah, like telling you like where you might get the most opportunity. Um, like I think I would definitely get more opportunity at Denver. Michigan's pretty stacked right now.
Yeah, they
So
got a lot of cats on their team.
yeah.
And just one other thing is like any interesting stories that Jim or Matt have told you just about like maybe something that didn't go well for a player that they kind of want you to avoid, or even just ways to improve your game off the ice that the coaches notice to get that reputation higher.
I remember Jim Hughes was talking about Luke Hughes and how he has like a schedule, like the same thing every day, and it's like bed early, and like you can tell like later in the season who's going to bed early and who's not. So he said like sleep is super important. So I've always remembered that.
And does he give you any like recovery tips? I know there's all those like technologically advanced like the things with the leg that you put on your leg to like
Yeah.
those muscle relaxers, or even just like the ray gun. Like, do they tell you when is the appropriate time to use these?
Not really. That's mostly for like the trainers at the rink. They usually tell us what we should be doing to recover, like what's best for us, and like when to do it.
All right. Oh, cool. I just didn't know like because sometimes you like maybe over relax, like you muscle relax your
Yeah.
legs and then it like messes up again. But I guess maybe just to end on one thing is you talked about living in Denver, but is there anything besides the hockey that you're looking forward to about being back in Denver whenever you join in the fall?
I mean, I just really like the weather and the area it's in. There was nothing I didn't like about it. It's one of my favorite places to live in. Yeah,
What, sorry, completely forgot. Did you have like a favorite player growing up when like if you ever watched like University of Denver hockey? Is there someone or even someone in the NHL today that you model your game after?
not really from Denver. I never used to really watch them, but I actually used to play for the Junior Pioneers. So Yeah. But somebody I model my game after, I think, is Patrice Bergeron. He's not playing anymore, but I just like he's so smart offensively and defensively. Such a good 200-foot player, and there's not a lot of players that play like that.
Oh, all right, man. Well, I thank you very much for coming on, joining me for this interview. I really appreciate it. It's good to see you, and
It's good to see you
good luck
too.
the rest of the way with your season. Hope it all goes well. U17s, U18s, and then best of luck at the University of Denver, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.